So this is my video on MIP maps. So for the first part of the demo, you can see two multicolored planks. So what I've actually done here is manually construct my own MIP map as opposed to using the OpenGL generate MIP map function. So I constructed this MIP map so that each layer of it is a different color. So we've got the base layer, which is red. This has the highest resolution, and green has lower resolution, and then we keep decreasing the resolution and changing the color all the way down to the final layer, which is just one by one single pixel. So what this allows us to do is to clearly see the boundaries between the different layers of the MIP map. So we can see, I think the nearest part to us is the red, which is the highest resolution, then the green, then the blue, then the yellow, and so on. Again, if we move the planks away from us, we should see the red disappear and the green, blue, and yellow come towards us. And then similarly, as we move the planks towards us, the entire plank should eventually become red, as it is using the highest resolution layer of the MIP map. You might notice that the difference between the left plank and the right plank is that the boundaries between the MIP map layers are quite blurred on the left plank, whereas they're quite defined on the right plank. This is because on the left hand side, the inter MIP map filtering has been set to linear, so essentially this interpolates between layers, which gives a smoother effect. Whereas on the right hand side, the inter MIP map filter has been set to nearest, and so whichever layer is nearest is used, and this gives a lot clearer and more defined boundaries. So the second part of my scene now consists of 3 planks, all with a checkered texture applied. So the plank on the left does not have any MIP mapping. The plank in the middle has MIP mapping, and also the plank on the right has MIP mapping. So the difference between the left and the right, or the middle plank and the right plank, is that on the middle plank we can see the edges between the cells are very jagged, whereas the edges between the black and white squares are quite smooth on the right hand side. This is because on the middle plank, the intra MIP map filter, or sort of filtering within a layer, has been set to nearest. And as I said, this gives the jagged edge, whereas on the right hand side, the intra MIP map filter, or as I said, the filtering within a MIP map layer has been set to linear, which gives the much smoother transition between the black and the white. It's also evident here, if you look at the front of the planks, we can see it's quite blurry on the linear one and quite defined on the MIP map with nearest filtering. Again, we can move these away from us, and again you notice the jagged edges on the middle plank and the smooth lines on the right hand plank. You can also sort of see in the middle one a sort of wavy effect as it moves, and that's, I suppose, the boundary between the different MIP map layers, which again is clearer on the middle plank as nearest filtering is used for the between layer filtering, whereas we can't really see it on the right hand side, as again the linear filtering has been used, which makes it smoother. So yeah, that is my video on MIP maps.